Hello, everyone. I am Allison, and welcome to my weekly Meltdowns coverage of Survivor 50, episode number 2.
Number two.
Literally,
Stop. Oh no.
listen. This is the what was the name of this episode? It was Carousel Therapy or the Therapy Carousel. I
Yeah,
just want to
which
go
I can
on record.
relate to.
I feel like I'm Joe and you're Christian, not at the beginning part of the episode, but later on when in the hammock. Like I feel like you're
that is
rocking
literally
with,
my life story. Yeah, like
yeah.
not just you, but like every single person in my life,
Yeah.
Allison. Like when Tim and I were watching it last night, like Tim just looked at me when Christian was talking about like the therapy carousel because he just knew that is so me coded and how I feel about everybody
It is.
in my life, except for you, of course. You are
Well,
perfect.
we all know that's bullshit. But anyway,
Speaking of shit.
I do you know, but speaking of shit, hey guys, hey, the name is Dom820 and Joseph Boza in the chat. Hello to everyone watching. Guys, I am not gonna verbally shit all over Christian Hubicki tonight. Oh, what's happening
Do you like
here?
the camera like this or further away?
I did not prep my face for that
Okay.
kind of close-up, Mr. DeVille.
Okay. All right. Sorry to interrupt you. Keep going.
I get concerned about my attention span, we all know, is short. My
attention span is so bad.
We are 1 minute and we were 1 minute and 38 seconds into this show, and you're already doing shit like this and trying to fucking figure everything out. What are we doing? Hello?
Listen, you and I are both a little delirious today. Just a PSA for anybody watching the show tonight. The first thing both of us said when we came on backstage was, I am so tired and we're like a little delirious today, but we're still here because we love all of you.
I feel like you guys make it worth it, and
exactly.
I know you're all counting on me to deliver tonight because my dream came true. You guys who follow this show know I have stories about poop. I could talk about shit all day long. Everybody, I love fart jokes, poop jokes, you name it, I'm there. I have a sense of humor of a 13-year-old boy. I've said it from day one. If you know, you know. Seriously.
Oh, I
know. This was my favorite episode of all time of Survivor.
Wow. Because of this scene.
I will say this. I've witnessed some shit go down in my time. And I have to give Christian props for how he handled it. Because I will be honest, my first viewing, and you have to follow me here because I rewound this 15 times, I'm convinced. I laughed for an hour. Okay, like if you know me, you know me. And first, I thought Joe, when he I thought Christian hurt his back, because Joe's like, he stopped and he said, you know what, Joe, I'll let you know in just a moment. And he's like, oh, I thought he hurt his back, And I thought, oh God, what did Christian do to hurt his back? I mean, he
paralyzed. His neck was like craned forward, and he just like.
That's because he was tensing up to stop the rest of it from coming out. Okay, here's the thing. Allison did her homework. Allison put earbuds on. Allison listened to this I did the deep dive.
This is some Nancy Guthrie breakdown.
I did the Nancy Guthrie, Megan Kelly, Banfield, TMZ research for you people, because that's what I'm here for. And I listened to see if we heard anything, if there was any sound or anything like that in his pants to verify, because Joe kind of, he looked at us, you okay? I mean, he had that is the look you get.
I thought he was like having a stroke or something at first. Like it was that, or like a heart attack, or like, I don't know, something.
I thought he
like
was
that.
taught. I thought either his back did go out or he said something to Joe that he didn't mean to,
Yeah.
and shit hit the fan. So, because Joe's narrative of, narrating this, telling us, he's walking, I thought he hurt himself until he started heading to the beach, and he was wearing them khakis, and he didn't sit in any bananas. Who is sitting in bananas? Have you seen a banana on Survivor lately? I have
No.
not, Joseph. Come on. And for the record, this would happen. This would be what happens to me. I make it on Survivor Fans and Favorites 28, and I'm with Joe the fireman, who just got cast on a reality show about firemen, created by Taylor Perry. Thank you, Jesus. Tyler loves me. Tyler Perry loves me. I'm convinced. I love Tyler Perry. He's a very sexy man, and he knows his shit. Anyway, so Joe, I would be stuck with Joseph, and I would shit myself near Joe. I'm pretty sure it would happen. It would smell. He would know immediately. I would not look like a toddler shuffling. You would know because I would announce it. I would. I say, Joe, I respect you. I'm going to walk out here backwards.
Yeah. So they don't have to blur it in post-production.
Yeah. Because, I'm going to tell the camera crew, they can see this if they want. I'm just not responsible for your gag reflex. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. Because it's funny because Nate was like, well, he trusted a fart and that's what happened. I was like, I'm 49. And at this point, I don't worry. If I'm having a gastritis deal, I don't worry about sneezing anymore. I don't worry about trusting a fart anymore. I worry about blinking too fast because then it's just all downhill and everything comes out from every orifice. But like I said, I'm not going to make fun of Christian because look, everybody craps, everyone sharts. You've all done it. Stop. You've all eaten a salad too fast. Okay, where your butthole turns into a salad shooter. Okay. Where it hits you all of a sudden and it's a mixture and the leaves your salad leaves are still intact. Shush your face. Because if you don't like this, baby, I'm about to deep dive and then we'll get into the episode. So I'm going to tell a story. I got permission.
I'm ready.
From my dad to tell this story. He's so proud that I'm telling this story. We've been waiting for the perfect moment to tell this 22-year-old story that took place in a movie theater. This tonight, the Survivor gods aligned, and Allison gets to tell the story about her dad. And here we go. Okay. Devil's in the details, and I give too many, so shush your face. I'm sure you can hop on over to RHAP anytime. Okay. I went to the movies on a Sunday matinee in May 2004. It was a spring day. It was like the first noon showing. Now, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm going to the movies. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to eat. I'm just going to go to the movies, and my lunch is going to be popcorn. When I do that, I don't put butter on it just because of what unraveled with my dad. Okay.
I see. Okay.
So my life advice and his life advice, don't put butter on it if you have an empty stomach because you gonna have a problem. You gonna have a problem. And the khakis ain't gonna hold that problem.
Like khakis? Like Christians?
Yeah. My dad was in khaki shorts. So this just gets better. So we go see the movie Troy. And it's me, my husband, my dad, and my mother. Okay. We're eating our pop. We're enjoying this movie. And we go, when you walk out of the movie, when you're in the movie theater, and this is one of the movie theaters in the mall. So you all have to kind of funnel down the same way and down this wall. And there's an arcade, and then there's the bathrooms. You have the men's bathroom and the women's bathroom. Okay. And there's one stall in the men's bathroom and 2 urinals. Not because I go because that's what I was told. Women's restroom has like stalls for days. Okay. And women still miss the toilet and trash with the toilet paper. I don't get it. I don't understand
Men
it.
are creatures.
Women are more disgusting than men. I'm going to throw it out there and say it right now.
1,000%.
But not me, though. I'm very clean.
I lived with girls in college. I can confirm they are fucking nasty-ass creatures that...
But was I not clean when I
planet.
stayed at your apartment? I even picked up.
You were.
I cleaned Beth's apartment when I stayed with her. I'm on shit. What? Listen, Tyler's got his vacuum ready for me next time, and his is all this. She's like, "Look, work that."
You know, I've cleaned something in Beth's apartment too. Is what I'll say. Nothing of Beth's.
I'm not the only one. Yeah,
she's a wonderful person. Yeah.
So we're walking out of the movie, theater, and we're walking down the ramp. And my dad's like, "Here, hold this to my mom." My dad, he's a 6'1" tall guy, and he's got on a polo shirt, his khaki shorts, his slip-on shoes, and his little socks. Okay, and he just kind of just hands my mom the drink and what's left in the popcorn, and just like, we don't even know what he said. He shuffled his way down the ramp to the bathroom. Okay, and I was
the whole time.
I mean, he just went, and I was like, all right. So I go in the bathroom, and I do anything. Everybody's going to the bathroom. Chris never goes to the bathroom in public, not even to pee. I don't know how this guy doesn't have like a UTI. He just never does. Anyway, so we're sitting there on the bench, and we're waiting, and it has been a good 15 minutes.
Damn.
Okay. And, we're like, maybe you had to go bathroom. Okay. So we're just not going to make anything out of it. And my mom and I are like, Chris, go check on Jim. Like, what's going on? What's going on today? And I can't remember Chris went to walk, and as soon as he went, Jim came out. My dad came out. And the first thing I knew, his socks are missing.
Oh no.
Because he had on like his slip-on shoes and his socks with his, his white socks with his tennis shoe, yeah. So I kind of noticed it looked a little weird. He's a tall man. He's tan. He's got that nice, he looks like, my father looks like Jeff Goldblum. Okay, He does. He looks like Jeff, an older, he looks like a seasoned Jeff Goldblum. So he's got that dark skin, the dark hair and everything. So, but I kind of noticed the, no socks. Because his legs are kind of pale right there, okay? And he comes up to us, and my mother just goes, well, Jim, what took you so long? We've been sitting out here for 20 minutes. Just
she's calling out to the world.
And we're laughing. I was like, Mom, you probably had to go to the bathroom. He goes, let's go. And she's like, what happened? He just goes, let's go. And well, what? He goes, I'm in my pants.
He's like, we have to leave the scene of the crime.
Shit my pants.
Poor guy.
And he said it with his teeth, like, shit my pants. My mom's reaction. I gotta go with the detail, but you know what my mom's reaction was?
What?
Does that mean we're not gonna stop by Walmart?
I mean, maybe they need to for some new socks at the very least. No.
He just walks out and leaves her. It's the funny, and Chris and I are just like, did he just yell, grinding his teeth, and he should have? So we get out there, and he's like walking, and I'm like, what is going on? He goes, look, I was at the urinal, okay, and I was going to the bathroom, I was peeing, and I farted, okay, but it wasn't a fart.
Little extra came
out
there.
It was like he goes, else it was a shart that didn't stop. Like he said, he had boxers on with his shorts. So when he sharted, he said it shot out like a cannon and rolled down the back of his leg so fast it soaked it to his sock.
Oh my God.
Your instinct is to move your other foot, and he touched it with his other sock, and he's like, oh God, and it's on the floor. I'm like, what came out of you? Honey, that's not a shot. You shit. You aimed and shoot your shot, whatever. So he's looking around, he's terrified. I think there was somebody in the one restroom behind him. So he turns around and that person comes up, washes it. Some people just nasty, just dip their hands in the, don't even wash, nasty people. And dude, he said, I shot in that bathroom. He goes, I had to take my pants off. Luckily, didn't get my pants. The boxers were a barricade. He had to take his boxers, and his socks. He wrapped them in all the toilet paper. He had shit on his hands, all in his toilet paper. He didn't know what to do. People kept coming in to piss.
How old is he at this moment?
Okay, this
movie came out in 2004.
This was 22 years ago.
Yeah.
And he is 72.
Okay. So
like
he
was
50?
He was 50. Oh, Jesus. Is this what's going to happen to me next year?
I'm trying to map out my timeline for how many good years I have left before I'm at risk for this behavior.
And he's like, people would not stop coming in the fucking bathroom. And it smells. He's like, it smells. He goes, one person came in to walk right out. Like a revolving door. And so
that poor employee.
The coast, I don't know who I don't know. But because he had to wrap it. So he's waits till the coast is clear. And he's like, this literally, to clean himself up, he took it, he dumped it in the trash can. Then he got as many paper towels as he could. And he was in a panic and he got them wet. And he went back into the stall and was cleaning himself. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because, you shit. And it took that long. And then, he's like, I felt so bad. I just wanted to tell the whoever's going to clean the bathroom, I'm so sorry. But and then he put more stuff down there to kind of make sure it didn't create sneeze. But anyway, he shit himself. And we're in the parking lot just walking. He's commando under his shorts. He's got no socks. He's just defeated. He's like, my pants today.
Poor guy.
And I felt so bad for him. And all my mom cared about was going to Walmart. She asked again in the gosh damn parking lot, are we going to go to Walmart or not? And he just goes, no. And Chris goes, whoa, don't strain too much.
Here.
Chris goes, whoa, don't strain too much. And we were all laughing, and I'm surprised I was able to tell that story with a straight face.
That is
because I'm telling you, man, I don't know what was more fun. He needs to come on and tell it, because it's the whole people wouldn't stop coming in the fucking bathroom.
I'm sure it was one of those situations where the bathroom's totally empty until the moment that you need privacy in there. It's like a rotating door, in and out, in and out.
I've been in situations where back when I worked in an office full time years ago, after a decade ago, over 10 years ago, there was a designated bathroom we pooed in, the ladies. It was down the hall. It had 10 stalls in it. We had a bathroom in my area, but no one poo-pooed in that. No, because when you open the door, the cubicles were right there. I don't want to smell it. Nobody wants to smell it. Just come on. So we all go. We had a guy, I'm not going to name him, but he was the office kind of maintenance guy. He wasn't all there. Okay. Yeah. He didn't really, He didn't have people skills. Okay. But he was funny. He was a nice guy, but he was just he was just asking dude, I could turn you into HR for asking that. Just please, I'm giving you a heads up. I came out of the bathroom one time, and a couple of my coworkers were coming out of the hall. He goes, gee, Allison, what are you doing in that bathroom all the way down here when you've got one in your area? And I'm like, you're putting me on blast, dude. In front of everyone. I took a shit. That's why. I didn't tell him that. I was like, I had to go. And this is where I was. But also, you're in the situation where
workplace harassment right there.
Right there. You're sitting there. You're like, okay, fine, get to poop. And someone fucking comes in and they take their time. Women do this where they bring their purse in, they sit at the counter, they do their makeup, they piss, they come out, they wash their hands, redo their makeup again. I'm sitting there, my feet dangling because I'm that fucking short, waiting to shit, because I don't want there to be any sound. I know what I've got on deck, no courtesy. Because sometimes you can flush and then push and the flush covers it up. This is not going to happen. This is I'm getting a zip tie pulled out of my ass, and it's going to be loud. and there's going to be I'm going to be cleaning this toilet in the aftermath. Okay. And you just wait. It's like you have had all day to pee and do your makeup, do it in your own area. I got a shit. Okay. I had a salad from TGI Fridays, and I don't think that purple lettuce was good because it's about to come out intact. But anyway, so everyone does it. I don't think Christian's wife should divorce him for it.
No. But I just when he froze in that moment, I think that he was thinking I think that he was trying to speak to the cameraman without speaking and being like, can you give me a moment of dignity and decency here?
Yeah.
And the cameraman's like, no way am I doing that. Sorry, this is entertainment gold. This
well,
is
it
for
looked
Allison.
like the cameraman was upwind.
Yes.
And I think when Christian said it the second time, that big gust of wind kind of sealed that. That's when the cameraman went, and Joe handled it really. Joe could have been an ass about it. If there was anybody you needed that to happen in front of.
Yeah, true.
I mean, and there's so many jokes. Listen, you guys know me. This episode, I've had some people say, Allison, you were the first person I thought of when this scene, when he shit himself. You were the first. Tell me I was not the first person you thought of.
I thought of you immediately. I was like, Allison is gonna have literally a 20-minute segment about this on our show.
And I've gone 21 deep. And
classic though. And I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I really wish that there was because I know you have cameras set up in your house, in your living room. I wish there was on recording your reaction to watching it for the first time.
You know what? I think I had the camera on last night, and I'm gonna look.
You have to pull that for next week's episode for sure. That is a clip of gold for sure.
I'm pretty sure it's me laying there like this with my phone, and all of a sudden, I sit. That's my reaction.
I have to.
And I look at nobody next to me. I'm looking at my cats for confirmation. You saw that, right? You heard that, right? Right, guys?
Daisy's I don't care.
Daisy's I was asleep. Why must you interrupt me for this? Yes, it's shit, Mom. You scoop mine every day and you don't make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
Well, I will, Daisy. I will start singing every time I scoop your shit now. And then she just goes, I'm gonna kill myself. I don't know. I'm gonna jump off this cat tree and just let nature take its course because she's just annoyed constantly. But anyway, guys, I'm so sorry. Okay.
No, you're good. You're good. I knew you have a lot to say about this. And it's kind of a slow episode, honestly. And
I'm sure this has happened a million times, but because it was Survivor 50 and the way Christian handled it, it was just classic.
It was gold. It was
gold.
Iconic. Yes.
There's a lot of iconic moments in this episode. Oh, nuggets galore. We had Ozzy jumping during the immunity challenge, and his dick hit the water about 10 minutes after he did. And then he was running. I'm sorry. That man's packing some heat. And I've heard I've never seen any of it, okay? But good God, that man was packing. I was sending screenshots in our chat. And you were
he still got it.
Tyler, you're such a good friend because you go, yeah, he still got it. And I go, no, that is not what I'm talking about. Look at his thigh. That's his wee-wee. I was like, it was funny. I was like, my goodness. Then he puts his idol in his pants.
I don't know though. Ozzy, preseason, his cast photos and stuff, he was looking really old and rough, and I was not into it. But seeing him on the island, seeing him doing so well in these challenges, he still got it, and it's very attractive. I don't know.
He looks like a new wave wolf man. A new wave wolf man, because the way he was looking in this episode, the way he was doing his eyebrow, I could have sworn he had some Botox around the eyebrows, but
it's possible.
But he looked at. But my favorite Ozzy moment, besides seeing his flapping in the wind, was when he walked up to the water well, and what was it, Savannah and Devens were standing there, and he does this tip. This is what every man in their 40s I'm serious. Does what's up? What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, I mean, he just walked in. He said
My
like
dad does that too.
3 times, and on the 3rd time, he barely got it. He's like, I'm regretting this choice. And I just thought it was funny because all I could think of was when, what's up, guy? Well, I go, what's up, guys? And everybody's like, go away. But anyway, let's get to this episode. What's up?
Yeah.
What's
okay.
up?
So, all right. So here we go. Well, first of all, before we get started, Coach and Colby hit their 100-day mark. They didn't say anything about it in the episode, but I saw it online and I thought that was worthy of mentioning. Here.
Wait a minute. Coach did mention it during the episode.
Oh, that's right. He said it like passing in like a confessional. Like there was no moment from Jeff where, because in Heroes versus Villains, like he would say like, all right, Amanda Kimmel, you are the first person to reach 100 days. And then like Parvati later that season, like reach 100 days. So
Tyler, these people don't need their egos stroked. Okay.
Listen, Coach will always, Coach and Colby will always take a moment to stroke their egos for sure.
They can stroke anything. Yeah, well, exactly. One of them can.
All right. So Christian shitting his pants is kind of like the only check-in that we get prior to the reward challenge for supplies. And I actually really enjoyed this reward challenge. Usually the challengers are just like, whatever, like skip past that on the recap. But like, I don't know, like there was like one shot of Ozzy like going across the balance beam and he just like runs across it in like one foul swoop, and like the camera panning shot of him like doing that in one take was just very cool to me. And then there was also another shot of Savannah like going into the water to unlock the rope thing, and that was such a cool shot. I was just like geeking out from like photographer's point of view during the challenge.
What about Jonathan diving into the water holding the rings?
Yeah, that was very impressive.
The hell? Aquaman? Hello? What the hell? I forgot how much I enjoyed Jonathan. Because, man, that was back in 2021 or so. I can't remember. It was
it's been
not long after I moved to my house. But, yeah, and look, guys, I'm not sexual harassing Ozzy. Okay, I just enjoy Ozzy. I've enjoyed him for 20 years. And I'm one of those people who is not on Pornhub, believe it or not. I know it's hard to believe. I look like that kind of person. But anyway, I'm enjoying the tight boxer briefs. I'm human.
Just enjoying the view. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm enjoying Joe and his physique. My husband knows about us. Mm-hmm. He knows, and he's okay with it. Okay?
Anyway. Also, during this challenge, we get like a moment of like them like finding out that Kyle was like medevaced, and like we get like an emotional moment from Camilla. Everybody's like sad. And it gets interrupted by Coach. He says like, listen, I want to play this game with honor and integrity and loyalty and honesty. So I want to set the record straight of what happened on the mat. And he tells like his version of the story, and
which is not accurate.
No, it's not accurate at all. And like Ozzy just like doesn't take it at all. Like you would think like, I don't know, like Ozzy could like try to like, pat out like the flames on the mat here, but like Ozzy's just like sick of it, and he's gonna like stick up for himself here. I was surprised that Q didn't like speak up a little bit more and like give his side of the story a little bit, but also like just sit back and like let these two have their South Pacific beef.
The problem I had is, and I did go back to confirm, because you know me, I'm an investigative and journalist.
Yeah.
Not. But anyway, what's that? Anyway, I went back and looked, and Ozzy looked at both of them, Coach and Q, and said, seriously, guys, if I get it, if I get you get it, I will not take it from you. He didn't say that specifically to just Q. Yeah. He said it to both of them. And Ozzy was right.
It's a gentleman's agreement.
Ozzy was right. He's like, dude, you wouldn't have gotten that key if I hadn't gotten it down for you. If I hadn't almost broke my back to get that key, you wouldn't have it. And you are playing like the 100-day player, Coach. You're playing just like the guy I played with last time. It's so true. But I feel like Q stepped aside because that's their fight.
Yeah.
That is like, I won the challenge. I mean, I got the thing. It's fine.
Q definitely seems like he's playing more maturely this season. Would you agree with that?
I 100% agree. And who picked him on the draft?
I believe you did. We'll update the draft. We'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah. So Orange Tribe like wins the reward. Teal gets second, and Pink Tribe loses very not by far or anything like that. But we have to note that Aubry was the only player this challenge that like missed her swing shot. Like jumping off of the plank there, and then the Pink Tribe ended up losing. So I don't know. I kind of took that as like that was Aubry's fault that they lost that reward challenge, but
it's always somebody's fault.
Exactly. So back at the Pink Tribe on the camp, Aubry had a pretty rough first episode. Like she didn't really get anything of an edit at all, except for this like weird scene where she's like arguing with Genevieve. So we back at the Pink Tribe, like our first check-in is with Aubry, and she's really kind of like observing this huge cast of characters from the outside looking in, and she's feeling like she doesn't fit in. She's feeling this like depleting sense of like her energy left in the tank, if that makes any sense. And she's like getting flashbacks to like, I don't know if you remember in Co Wrong, Allison, but like I think in like the second or third day she had like a breakdown and just like was like ready to like quit the game, and she's like trying to regulate herself so that like this doesn't happen again. But there's just like so many big personalities that it's very hard to engage. It's very hard to like find her footing here, and but she knows that like this isn't her opportunity to make a move or to pounce yet, and so she's kind of just like waiting in the wings, hoping that like things get better for her. And the entire tribe is like picking up on this like weird energy that Aubry is giving off to the entire tribe. So Genevieve deduces that like since she found the boomerang idol in her tribe, she thinks that somebody else on another tribe has gotten a boomerang idol and has given the idol to Aubry. And they're like, maybe she's acting sus because she has like an idol and she's just like playing coy about it or something like that. Right. So Genevieve like recruits the entire tribe to have this operation to go through her bag. And I was so surprised that Colby is the one that brought up to do this in the first place. Like this was his idea. Mr. like old school, like honor and integrity. I was just very surprised to see like
that Colby, dies with age, honey. That dies with age.
For sure. So they have this like whole grand plan where like Stephenie like holds her on the beach to like talk to her while Q is like on the lookout, gonna like call like what does he say? Let's go! Woo, like, woo, woo! If
not obvious,
right? Meanwhile, like they're like looking through her bag and they don't find anything in her bag. And they feel bad. Genevieve's like, I'm so sorry, while she's like taking out all of her things. It's so funny.
And they were so respectful. Just the older people keeping everything folded and in this
no,
was
that's
on
smart
the bottom.
Though. This
was on the top. This is here.
For sure.
You've got to keep that shit straight because people are gonna know.
1000%.
Yeah.
But then but what's funny though is like the timing of all this, because like the very next day Aubry does receive the boomerang idol from Christian. So it's crazy that like now like Aubry's name is clear, right? Like they're not going to go checking through her bag like a second time. They're going to like, it really builds her some like credibility here. So when Aubry like does use this idol eventually, hopefully, it's going to be like a total shock to this tribe.
Yeah.
And I'm excited.
Wait a minute. Where was it? Genevieve? Good job. Not.
What if Aubry's like, I have a secret compartment in my bag that you didn't find, like a false bottom or something.
One job to do, and you couldn't even do it.
But yeah, like I just loved like so Aubry, like when she finds the idol in her bag, like of course she gets like super emotional and she feels like her game is like turning around. So I don't know if this is like the start of something good and great for Aubry this season. I was very worried about her in the last episode. So we'll see what happens there with Aubry in this idol. But interesting that like Christian, Genevieve, she sends the idol to, who did she send it to on the other tribe?
Oh, don't get it on. I would Google it, but that would throw my internet into a spiral descent into freezing hell.
Yes, no, that's understandable. I'm asking Chat GPT real quick. I think she gave it to Angelina, maybe. It's thinking. She gave it to Ozzy. That's right. Okay, so Genevieve gave the idol to Ozzy, thinking that like Ozzy's a big target. This idol is gonna like come back to me like sooner rather than later. What?
Don't let me forget, before this show is over, I'm going to ask my chat GPT how to handle shitting your pants in front of someone, and I'm going to read the result.
Perfect. So Genevieve like gives Ozzy the idol with the intention of like getting the idol back because she figures that Ozzy is like a big threat. Meanwhile, like Christian, when he finds this idol, he gives it to Aubry with the intention of like planting a seed for like an alliance member later on down the line. And I just thought it was interesting that like both these people like find this advantage and they're using it in very different ways. And I'm curious if I don't know if it'll come back to them either way. We didn't really get much from the Teal Tribe this episode, really. We got like this like heroic Jonathan edit where he's like getting a lot of fish. He says that his number one is Coach and he loves like adventuring him. It kind of reminded me of Rupert, like his like fishing days, if that makes any sense. But yeah, Jonathan's really vibing on this tribe and doing well for himself.
Two very different visual landscapes, but yes. Yeah. I can see it.
The fishing provider role, like he's fitting into this very well.
I am, and well, Coach goes out with Jonathan and gets a cramp and gets a cramp in his leg and has to be not medevaced, not airlifted, but what is that?
Transported back to safety
in a little safety boat.
Yeah,
little inflatable raft with a motor on it, and he's just laying there. And it's funny because he's like, "Yes, Jonathan saved my life." No, here's the thing. You even said the little divers were out there to make sure nothing happens. So this is going to turn into something coachy. I already know it. We're going to get, oh, Jesus.
He's going to like lay his life on the line for Jonathan, being like, you saved my life. I'm like eternally like indebted to you.
And Charlie's reaction.
And Mike White's reaction. I love both of them, but go ahead.
Mike White just looks, he just looks at the camera, just kind of smiles, and then like Charlie's just down there and he doesn't even come up to check on Coach. He doesn't move from where he is. He's just like, oh, ew. Like, it's like.
I just love that, like, everybody from the outside in there, like, Coach probably, like, he went out there fishing with Jonathan, like, trying to like keep up with this like really like macho like strong dude, and then he has like a muscle cramp in the ocean and they have to like pathetically bring him back. And I just love like Mike White commenting about like observing Coach in this situation. He's like, I just picture like a little bug like helplessly floating in like a pool that needs saving. He's or like something like that.
In a swimming pool that's like drifting to the drain, and the abyss of the drain. That's exactly what he looked like. And you know what this reminded me of? Survivor 5.
Thailand.
God damn it. Thailand. There was a guy who was this young guy who was like a real punk rock, kind of looked like the lead singer of Green Day, but I can't remember his name. I think it was Rob or something. Mm-hmm. Just talked a lot of shit, and he was just he's just a young, angry guy, and he's young, just got shit on his shit. And they're all standing out there watching the waves and all this stuff. And he's out there standing there. The water's about maybe a little bit below his waist. This big wave comes up, and all of a sudden you just hear his feet go up, and he just washes ashore. Nobody does anything. He got stung, not a sting. I don't know. It wasn't a sting. A little something bit him.
Was it a sea urchin or something?
Something non-toxic.
Yeah.
And he's like literally asking someone to pee on it, and nobody would do it. And it's
I do remember this. This was Survivor Marquesas, and Kathy refused to pee on it.
Yeah, it's like, well, where's so and so? He'll pee on it. It's like we're debating over saving my life right now, guys. Like he's so angry. This is where when the moment where you rank in the tribe. Like if you have been bit a sea urchin, a stingray, and nobody will pee on it to save your life. If you have a cramp, like a little beetle, those little beetles that get stuck in the
Yeah.
swimming pool, those little weird little beetles that
Yeah. Yeah.
flutter
Yeah.
around. If you're a beetle in a
Yeah.
pool, and Jonathan, they bring you back, and they see you limping and interchanging. Nobody comes to you but Chrissy. You're dead man limping. Okay.
Can we talk? What was up with that, like Chrissy, like crazy kooky mom montage? Like her edit this season is so bad. Gosh, who was I talking to last night about this? I forget who, but like, man, I hate to say Allison, but I think like the Chrissy that I loved in Survivor 35 just did not show up for Survivor 50 here. And I understand like she's had a very tumultuous like last few years with like her cancer journey and stuff like that. But like she just seems like a mess this season. And I just don't think that it's her one to win.
You know who she reminds me of?
Who?
Vicki Lawrence. You know who that is?
No, who's that?
From the Carol Burnett show. She was Mama on Mama's Family.
Okay.
She had red hair. She had a talk show in the 90s. Just a funny lady, but very low key. Just and this and kooky. That, kooky. And I was thinking,
it's so weird.
Dude, you could put a red wig on her, and it is Vicki Lawrence. I bet she could dress up like Mama from Mama's Family for Halloween. God, I love that show.
Even like Charlie, who like worked with like an older lady like his entire season, right? Like even he is saying in confessional, like, Chrissy's kind of rubbing me the wrong way, and like she's kind of annoying everybody at camp, and like we just get this like huge montage, and like Dee is saying in confessional that Chrissy is like really rubbing her the wrong way. So I don't know, it's very strange.
Joseph, I love you to the moon and back, but I think you know the answer.
It's happening, my friend.
No,
as much as I would love to live in denial and say that that's what's going. Trust me, I am like Chrissy's #1 fan here, but I have to be a realist here. I don't think it's happening, unfortunately.
I will say this. I am a mother. I am a grandmother.
Yeah.
And when I am in a group of younger people and they seem a little lost without direction, I will step in, not step up, and kind of make suggestions. Yeah. I don't go, hey, yeah, who wants to go get the sticks to make a fire?
Yeah.
Who's going to do
right.
I don't go around picking bugs out of people's hair like I'm a chimp. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit there and pick things out of Jonathan's effing hair, dude. Of course, he didn't see it in mine. But, but I could relate to her rubbing Coach's leg because that's just me. If someone's in pain and I care, even if I don't like them and they're not nasty, I will. You need me to rub the back of your calf, I'll do it. Now, I'm not going to masseuse.
But like the tone of the edit was like so like
it was terrible.
Bad.
I would be pissed the F off if I were. I'd be like, Chrissy, girl, don't watch episode 2.
Yeah.
Watch the first 10 minutes, but just kind of phone it in because that was terrible. That made every white woman like me feel like shit. And I was like, oh my God, is this how people see me?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm thinking, man, I cleaned Beth's apartment when I was visiting last year. I think I tried to tidy up Tyler's apartment, but there was nothing really to tidy up because he's a gay man. So it's like,
God, that's like the best compliment you could ever give.
I know, right? And people come to my house and they're like, Allison, I can't even tell that you have cats. I'm like, thank you. That's because I have 4 cat boxes in my house, and you would never know.
That is like the biggest thing that's like preventing me from ever wanting to get a cat is like the smell of the litter box taking over the apartment.
I will tell you this. If you do what I tell you, if you follow my Chrissy instructions,
Yes.
that will never be a problem for you, because the problem is people let the box get out of control
Oh, I
and
would not.
it gets gross.
You
You've
know
got
I
to,
would not.
I scoop it twice a day, in the morning and at night. In the morning, when I get up and I'm waiting on my coffee, it's my routine. I go in there. I got three. I scoop it. I have a little genie thing. I put it in there. It's not a problem. I go upstairs because our older cat has to have, Oliver's old ass guy had one of them, so little diva. So I scoop his little box. But if you let it go, and then sometimes in the middle of the day, I'm like, you know what? Something just went down and I'm going to go investigate. And I'll go to, if I say, I'll scoop it out, and I have wipes and I have things that I do. I have a plug-in in the little, I have a cat house. We converted a tiny little nothing towel closet in the hallway by the bedrooms. I don't know, when they built this house, I don't know what they were. This is not a linen closet, but 3 cat boxes fit in it.
Yeah.
So we took the shelves out. We put covering on the carpet and the wall. We did it up. I put my plug-in in there. We put a little shelf in there to put the cat box and all my things, little frou things, my little scoops. Everything is just organized, and a doggy door. There's a doggy. I have, but mine are not little bitty doggy door for my cats. I have little doggy door, little pet doors on my bedroom door, the doors upstairs, and on our back storm door. So they can go in and out. But anyway, we call it the cat outhouse.
There you go.
We
talked about so much shit today, literally.
So much shit, cat shit. I scoop my cat shit so much. I know which turd belongs to which cat. Can we please continue with this episode?
All right. So we'll quickly talk about the immunity challenge, and then we'll go through all the Orange Tribe drama. Okay,
so good.
It is good. For a slow episode, like, it was still good. I say slow meaning like we got like a unanimous vote at the end. Okay, so the immunity challenge. I really enjoyed this immunity challenge. Like, I always love when like they go into the jungle a little bit for the challenges.
Snake.
And my first question is, how did Jeff get out there? Like, I imagine like there's like a golf cart that somebody is driving him between like the setup where like all of the tribe members are standing, and then like that little place in the jungle, like where the snakes were tied up, right? Like there's no way Jeff is like sprinting back and forth there, right?
I would give anything to be the golf cart driver for Jeff Probst. That would be a fun Jeff. Jeff, let's just talk about what happened. Can we please? Hello, please. And we would, and I think he would.
But okay, so I had some like meta Survivor thoughts here while watching this challenge. So I love this season so far. Like, a lot of the challenges, they're like pairing members of the tribe up to like do heats of like the same thing, right? And I feel like it's exactly, yeah. Like Colby and Stephenie running together is very cool to me, because like I think like exactly. Like, these are two people that like work together on Heroes versus Villains, so like it makes sense that they're like running this heat together. We saw like Dee and Tiffany like running the heat together in like the previous episode. We saw that they wanted to work together. I also love seeing like Jonathan and Camilla paired up together, because that's actually really smart. Like, Camilla is not the best in challenges, so pair her with Jonathan, who can basically just carry that snake himself.
Jonathan threw, pretty much tossed that snake like an arrow through that.
Yeah. I mean, so did Colby though. Colby was so impressive, like yanking the snake like at the very end there. Like, he was exerting every bit of his 50-year-old self like in that moment.
Who was it that had the snake and their partner was barely carrying the tail? Was that Camilla and Jonathan? I think it was, because she was trying. She was like, look like I'm doing something.
But I love I feel like having these like heats of pairs is really fun, because it's creating like really good like character highlights for a cast that like I actually like give a shit about. So I don't know, it's fun to me. Like, it's fun to watch these returning players in the challenges in a cool way that's like more entertaining than the average like challenge on the average like new era season of Survivor. Right. I don't know. I've enjoyed it. Yeah. Okay, so all right, let's go to the Orange Tribe now and take all this drama through Tribal Council. So, at the Orange Tribe, like Savannah, she's like struggling to find her like in, right? Like Devens, Christian, and Emily are clearly together. Cirie and Ozzy clearly together. So like, where does she even go? Ozzy and Savannah get together and they pitch an alliance to Devens, like adding Joe as like a fourth member of this alliance.
But they don't want to talk to Joe about it.
Yeah, they don't want like they'll bring in Joe last. So the next morning, like Devens, like he asks Joe to like go get water with him, and he whispers to Savannah something like, "Listen, why? I'm gonna go talk to Joe about this now." And
why?
Joe sees this whisper and he bugs the hell out. And it just comes down to like Rick Devens and Joe have very different like play styles in Survivor.
And I'm here for it.
And it's really good tension. And it's crazy that like at first it's like just like a Devens thing, but then we hear like from pretty much everybody on the Orange Tribe that like Joe's honor and integrity spiel is driving me nuts. And you can tell like this tribe are just full of like insane gamers that just like want to play like a million miles a minute, and Joe just his honor and integrity like cannot keep up with like all of this like lying and backstabbing and shit. So he like assumes the worst with this like whisper session that he sees happening, and he calls Whispergate, and he calls Devens out on it, and it just starts this like really, really, really bad argument. And I have to give Devens like his credit here. Like Devens is not the best like player in my opinion. Like he's full of like shenanigans and antics and like very like Tony style, right? But Devens does a really good job in this moment, in this argument, trying to calm Joe down a little bit. Like I see him being like, Joe, like, I'm so excited to work with you. You're such a great player. I really loved watching you on your season. Like, even while Joe is like going cuckoo crazy, like paranoia, Devens is still trying to like calm him down. And Joe just keeps pushing and pushing to the point where like Devens just literally has to like walk away from that conversation.
Well, do you think we're going to get another Joe montage where he's listening to people talking and they kind of zoom in on him and show him at different angles listening?
My God.
Remember how great that was?
Yes.
That's what I was picturing during Tribal Council when Savannah was going on and on and on and on and on about nothing.
Yeah.
And Joe was just sitting there behind her looking at her like this.
It's crazy.
But Devens, or is it it's Devens. Devens said it best about Joe. It's like you're playing football. You get on the field, but you can't touch me. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Well, hello, welcome. Probably heard me say Joe over and over again.
So then like after this argument, like Christian like is playing therapist to Joe. He's like literally swaying him on the hammock, and it's like a therapist in like a therapy session.
Yes. It was the greatest, especially when they had that angle of Christian through the netting of the hammock and he's looking through it, talking to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is amazing.
Meanwhile, like all of this is like perfect for Cirie, right? Because like the original target heading into this was Ozzy. But we see like Cirie really, she goes to Emily separately and pitches Joe or Savannah. She says like, listen, like we still don't know if Savannah like has this advantage from going to the summit. We haven't seen her play. She's kind of like the great unknown in this tribe. Like it's kind of like an easy vote. So I thought that this was also just like a really good episode to showcase like Cirie's just like subtle influence and like planting seeds. And like she had the same exact conversation with Emily that she did with Devens, like back to back. But like doing it like one-on-one in a very like non-threatening way was very, very like classic like Cirie strategy to me. It was cool. But yeah. And Savannah, like you can tell Savannah this whole season, her and Cirie like never got on the same page.
2 episodes, like, you mean?
Yeah, but like Savannah was like very annoyed at Cirie for like whiffing the challenge in the last episode. In this episode, she clocks it in confessional. She's like, Cirie had like the perfect in, like Ozzy was supposed to be the target, but now all this shit with Joe and Devens is happening, and this is like Cirie's like taking advantage of it. Like Savannah sees everything that Cirie is doing here, but unfortunately, like Savannah is just like the great big unknown. Like between these two, like very locked in alliances, like I think it's just easy for all of them to come together and say like, let's take out Savannah here. Joe can go like next week if we don't swap, right?
You know what gets me is Savannah did such a good job in her season. She won.
Yeah.
And you get into a season like Big Brother 50 and
Survivor 50.
this is where I'm at right now. So I'm tired I am. But listen,
Imagine Big Brother 50.
I will still be here and still
We'll be
won't have
here.
been on it. Still not good enough to cast. Okay. But here's the thing. On Survivor 50, you have people like Cirie and Ozzy and Devens who have played this game before with other players who have played before. Savannah has never played this game with people who have played before, if that makes sense.
Totally.
So there
Very
are
different.
people that know we kind of have, and she doesn't know any of these people personally. So I think that really hurt her. And she didn't know the people on her season personally either. But the difference is none of those people knew each other, and these people do know each other. So she couldn't really find that balance. And I kind of felt bad for her. I felt like this was not the season. I'm sorry, baby. I love you to the moon and back, but you're going to have to get your big butt over here for a minute. Okay. Sorry. I feel like I would have saved her more for a Survivor 60 or 65 or 75 or 100 at this point. And anyway, I just don't think, I think her winning and going in immediately was a mistake. I think that spot could have gone to War Dog, to Tony, to Rob Cesternino. There's other people that really, I think, would have really done an amazing job. And I understand that Rizgod was a production I think they were already production favorites because they were basically cast before the show was over.
Yeah,
like 2 weeks they were already on the show. But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean you would go ahead.
No, you're good. So we get to trouble. Well, I guess like I should also mention here that like Christian tells Devens that he found the boomerang idol, and Devens cracks this plan to, why don't we take the wrapper from this boomerang idol at the end of tribal council tonight? We're gonna hide the wrapper at like the base of like the fire pit, so that if we ever need like a Hail Mary at a future tribal council, we can say, we know there's an idol planted. Oh, here it is. And then nobody will believe it's like a fake planted idol. And I think this is genius. Like, this is like a new thing that we haven't seen on Survivor before.
How has this never? Okay, first of all, this is how slow I can be sometimes. Okay. I had to listen to that twice to understand what they were saying because I was a little confused. And then I realized when I actually saw it, oh, why has this not been effing done before? Because this effing Survivor 50, Allison, that's fucking why. Because these people know what they're doing and they've had time to think of cool scenarios and stuff that has never been done before.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it.
It's very exciting. And like,
Love
this
it.
is so classic, like Rick Devens to me, is like shenanigans like this. So I'm excited to see like how it'll play out. And so Savannah is voted out unanimously. We can kind of like yada yada over that. But yeah, so on the way out, like they all like grab their torches, they start walking out. Emily's kind of like tiptoeing like behind like with Devens, like she's not giving him like an opportunity to like plant the
And
fake
it was
idol.
getting obvious, dude.
Yeah. So Christian decides to take a tumble to like distract everybody on the way out. Classic, like very smart Christian. Good job. So the idol is now like successfully planted. So we'll have to see what comes up with that. But very, very exciting. Something new in Survivor 50 seasons later.
I love Christian so much that him saying, you know, Joe, we're going to have to set up a Jotation,
Hmm.
like a Jotation. I don't think Joe is being that difficult. What I think what got this spiraling was when Devens whispered to Savannah, "You don't do that.
Yeah,
You don't." It is so rude to whisper like, yes, it's Survivor, but that's bad strategy play. Because
sure.
if you take manners off that's really bad. Because that dude, let me tell you something. Joe is serious when he's going to town on his teeth with a stick. Okay, he's control. He's
You
just
can
like,
tell,
"Ugh."
like when
Yeah, he
like
was
Joe,
in it.
yeah,
No
like
plaque,
he is
sir.
so
Zoned in.
yeah, like his eyes get like beady
Huge.
and like he always does it like when he's like angry or like feeling shifty about something. He always looks like like his chin will never be like straight onto you. He's like really looking from the side of his eyes like this. It's very, I don't know, like yes, I agree that like I understand how he saw that whisper thing, got paranoid and upset and stuff like that, especially with, here's the thing, like he has not processed where things went wrong for him in Survivor
Okay,
48.
can we tap that vein for a
Yeah.
minute? Some people might forget. Can you explain just real quick
Yeah.
what
So
happened to him?
yeah, he like it was him, Ava, Kyle, and I forget one other Alliance member, but they were like running like the entire season. And Kyle like had Camilla on the side, but like Kyle was more locked into Joe's alliance, mainly because Joe was such a like holding a tight grip on the entire alliance, like through the merge. He was like, we're not betraying this group. Like we are riding this until the end. And when it came down to Kyle, like having to choose like Camilla or like the alliance, like Kyle saved Camilla and then brought Joe to, he was at the final tribal council with Kyle. And Kyle was basically like, I was never loyal to Joe. Like I just rode like Joe's like
Yeah.
alliance. And Camilla was like my true number one, and I had to look out for myself in my position. If I went against him, I knew that like I would be taken out right away. And Joe built this culture of like loyalty and integrity that didn't leave like a lot of us room to like really play around. Like it was like you ride with this alliance or you are out. And so Joe just has like major trust issues with like anybody that he that trust really has to be proven first before he can start like playing fast with a group of people, right? Like he has to start very slow with building trust. And if he sees something like a whisper, that's like all he needs to like raise the fire alarms and like freak the fuck out. But like it's not just this individual like whisper session that like was the final straw. Like we are hearing from everybody on that tribe that like Joe is just not somebody that I can play with. So I feel like it's like a level beyond like not being over what happened to him in 48. Like he really is messed up from that experience and
But he's
has
good
shit hard time.
muscle. He's good
Exactly.
muscle, but then again, they're not
Totally.
winning the immunity challenges, obviously.
Yeah.
So
And Ozzy
what
gets
good
bigger extra
is that
votes.
muscle?
So
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, didn't Joe have to go against Ava to make fire? Or am I
Um,
thinking of something else? I'm thinking of something
maybe
else.
I don't know. I forget
I can't
honestly.
remember. Um, but yeah, but also it's been a year almost
Yeah.
since, I know it doesn't go away. It's still there. But look, I know this is going to shock many of people. I'm paranoid myself. Okay, I can spiral without any help. And nobody has to say anything. I could see a finger gesture and a blink or a head
Yeah.
tilt, and I am down the spiral into the abyss of
Totally.
Allisonness. And I call it the abyss of Allisonness because it's nothing. It's me in my head spiraling. But I was just thinking, like, if Joe and I were on the same tribe and we were sitting next to each other, we would feed off our spirals.
Yes.
Did
Yeah.
you
It would
see
just
this? Did you see
be
that?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be non-stop. But yeah, I feel like, oh, okay, Thomas. They released
No,
the new
sorry, I do want to bring this up. Yeah, so there is going to be a
hold on.
tribe swap. Yeah, sorry.
Guys, there is a tribe swap next week. If you don't want to hear about it, please join us next week. This is a spoiler, but I do want to know about. We are going to do spoilers real quick. So,
Sure.
but please subscribe. Come back next week, next Thursday. Thank you. Love you. Okay. You've okay, spoiler.
Okay, so I have the list for the tribe swaps if we want to hear them real quick, and then we'll
Yes.
do the draft. Okay, so the new Sela tribe is going to consist of Charlie, Cirie, Dee, Jonathan, Camilla, Rick, and Rizo.
Oh, we got to talk about Rizzo, who got a little baby splinter and couldn't go fishing or whatever the fuck. Really, dude? I didn't come here to camp. What do you think you're doing out there? Have you ever seen season 1? A girl carried on with maggots in her kneecap. Maggots. Okay, go ahead.
And then the next tribe we have Aubry, Chrissy, Coach, Colby, Genevieve, Joe, and Tiffany. So Joe is the only one from that original Orange tribe, like on this new tribe. And maybe this is going to be like a much better position for Joe to like be able to build trust.
Colby and Joe. Colby and Joe.
And we also have Aubry and Genevieve like still on the same tribe together. So that's also going to be like an interesting thing to watch like play out.
Just work together at this point. You hate each other.
I know, it's weird.
Spread out the devil you know for a little bit. It's strange. Well, Aubry made it weird. Aubry made it weird in the first episode. She made it weird. Okay, sorry, continue.
And then the last tribe we have, so all of the David versus Goliath people are together. We have Angelina, Christian, and Mike White, Emily, Ozzy, Q, and Stephenie. So Emily and Christian are still together. So it looks like that alliance will still be moving forward as well. I'm excited to see the new tribe breakdowns.
I have a question that they're kind of going over in the chat. Why are we swapping so early? This is the 3rd episode. Why are we swapping so damn early?
I'm okay with it just because like I feel like it prevents like one single alliance from like steamrolling the entire game, right? Like it's cool, like especially with the returning player seasons, it's interesting to see like the different interactions and stuff. So I don't know if it were like a theme season, like heroes versus villains, like that, I understand like not wanting to do a swap because like there's an identity in the tribe and like it's very like tribe strong to the merge kind of thing. This is like every man for himself kind of thing. So I feel like it's interesting to see them. And I feel like Joe would have been next on the Orange tribe if they went to tribal again. So if this saves him, I don't know. We'll see.
Is this
looking out for you?
Is this a rig? Thank you. Is this I hate to use the word rigged because it's whatever. Is this another rigged swap where they pick their names off a plate and it's already got the buff in there? Or are we just
like to think like that it'll be just like a random draw for this one, hopefully. I understand them wanting to like set the tribe dynamics first, like to make it as fair as possible, even though like Cirie and Ozzy together is a little sus, and then like Emily and Christian I also feel like are very like that's like a very strong pre-existing relationship too. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll report back next week on that. But
let's pull up this draft.
Yes. So can I hide this chat? I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. So Andrew loses his second person. So Savannah was the last person in the draft to be picked and third one out here. So for those listening to the podcast only, so Andrew is down to just Aubry, Joe, Jonathan, and Camilla. Nate has his whole team still of Coach, Angelina, Tiffany, Devens, Genevieve, and Charlie. I still have my whole team with Chrissy, Dee, Cirie, Christian, Rizo, and Emily. And
I'm sorry.
Allison, I know. Allison has Ozzy, Stephenie, Colby, Q, and Mike White. Honestly, like even though
I have
Andrew
the
only
most,
has 4 left, like
yeah,
his 4 are solid, I think.
I think I have the most solid team right now. And who knew? I got
Yeah.
Stephenie and Colby, who could just be their own tribe. I got
Yeah.
Q. I got Mike White 2.0 and Wolfman Ozzy, Wolverine Ozzy. So it's just
Yes.
like I still, Tyler, I'm looking at your number one pick, and I'm not laughing at you as much as I am, I hope, with you. But dear Jesus, who would you have picked for your? I mean, if you knew then what you knew now, and you had a time
Okay. Like
machine.
if we were making the draft like now, like after the 3rd episode here, who would I have picked first?
No, if you could go back in a time machine and somebody warned you and said, just don't pick Chrissy, would Dee be your number one pick?
Um, Gosh, I have to say, like, if I had to make a swap here, I think like I would pick Genevieve as like my first instead of Chrissy. Like, I think Genevieve has had a really strong edit so far this season. She was the first person to speak like in this episode. Like, she had a really good emotional confessional about like the weight of Kyle leaving and feeling bad about like thinking about any game implications. And she's done a really, really good job with implementing herself into a tribe where she had like no connections like going into it, and I know she was very worried about that. But Genevieve like rallied like a whole like Aubry's bag search party, like that takes some like power and influence in the tribe, and she's done very well for herself, and so I have to give her props here. So yeah, if I had to make a spot for Chrissy, I think it would be Genevieve at this point. She's been very impressive to me so far.
Okay,
And I just
I
want
can
her and
see
Aubry
that.
to be friends, you know,
I'm
because I love both of
telling
them.
you, it's just I cannot take my eyes off Ozzy's picture. If that is not Wolfman, like he just looks
Yeah,
like he could wolf out.
Jungle
I
Man.
don't know
Yes,
why I
yes.
didn't notice that until now, all these years. But and to me, Rizzo just looks like a baby right now.
I know he is like so young and youthful, like a young lad compared to the rest of these like old.
I didn't come here to camp. I get a splinter and I just like everybody's like, oh, he was playing that splinter up. No, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, that little pipsqueak was
That's how
not
the Gen Z
playing
kids
it.
are.
That's how these little youngins are. Okay,
Yeah,
they stump their toe and they need to take a nap, and they're 22 years old.
yeah.
Okay, that's the world we live in. That's where we're at. It's
But
terrible.
it is interesting though that like Rizzo, like yes, he had like that like bad camp life segment, but like at the very beginning of this episode, he had like a pretty good confessional where he was like, "Listen, I feel like my rise to power in this group, like I rubbed a lot of the tribe mates like the wrong way, like the first day on the beach, but I feel like I've like really won them over in a way that I wasn't expecting." And I could see myself making it far in this game. And I thought that that was a really good confessional to kind of set him up as maybe a character that's like going further in the season. And how interesting is it that like Savannah, the winner of last season, goes out third, and maybe this is Rizzo's story instead this season.
I think production coached him to say that, but anyway, it's just me.
Yeah,
I love how
possible for
Colby
sure.
and them were coaching him in this episode. Get
I love
into
the
it, do it,
I
go,
love the
do
Colby
it.
and Rizzo dynamic. It's really cute.
I love
All
it
right.
when
So any
older. No,
go
I
ahead, go
just
ahead.
love it when older men like that kind of mentor younger guys,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's not in a bad negative way. It's just
totally.
I'm in the South. Colby's from the South. I kind of get him a little bit. Like I understand his swag and the way he talks
Yeah,
and what he's doing. I always have, just because I get it.
of course.
So anyway, it's just I love it. I'm so happy. I can't wait for next week. This is fun. I can't
I know
wait.
that's the thing. Like I am so like watching Survivor last night, right? Like I just had like the biggest smile on my face because like it's just I'm so into it again
Yeah.
this season, and it feels really good. It feels very exciting, and it makes me think like I know we've been like pretty sour about like modern Survivor for the past few years. And I know a lot of it has been, we've said a lot of it is like the structure of the game and like the pace of it and the advantages and stuff like that. But now that I'm watching this season, right? the format of Modern Survivor really hasn't changed much, like going into the season. We just have like a cast of characters that like we really care about and are emotionally invested in. And it makes me think like maybe the issue with New Survivor isn't like the format of the game, but it's more so like the casting is just so like boring and righteous and like I don't know.
Well,
You know what
you
I mean
also
by
have
that?
a bunch of you got a bunch of
I'm not
people
trying to
showing
sound
up
like
now. No,
I'm
no,
not
I
trying
get
to
what you're
sound
saying.
like super fans are bad, but like when
No,
you
no.
cast like all super fans that have this game so put out
That's
on a
the problem.
spreadsheet.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know, Edgic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I know that I like as a super fan like contribute to this conversation a lot. So I'm part of the issue, of course, but like I mean nobody in Modern Survivor except maybe like Carolyn comes close to like Coach as a character this season or like Colby as a character this season or I don't know, like it is just so fun to like really have a vested interest in these people and like know all the lore and the backstory and so I don't know. It makes me think like I want like richer characters on Survivor moving forward because that's what makes it exciting for me this season. I think.
I think that
I don't know. Still thinking about this.
a lot of people who are now cast on Survivor are coming into it not just relying on strategy, but idols. And we're dealing with people this season who are so old school, they're not even looking for idols because that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So they're really strategizing, and I love that they only have the ability. You know, I love the way the whole aisle thing is done. I'm living for. I love it
It's
because
fun.
it really takes me back to old school and really having to. You've got some players who have relied on what do they call it? Not a layup, but a extra help. And you got little Rizzy saying, I didn't come here to camp and do all this stuff. Well, did you come to actually play Big Brother, bitch? Because you're about to really play because you ain't got no little, what is it? Little idols, little participation idols to help you get across the finish line. You're going to have to do this with grit. You're going to have to get dirty. You're going to have to suck that splinter out. You're going to have to piss on that fish wound. You're going to have to do a lot of things you don't want to do. You have to crap your pants and keep on going like nothing happened. It just is. So, did I say Big Brother again?
You
God
did,
dang,
but that's okay.
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying. But people come into Survivor and it's just that all they do is they get into just idols.
I know what you mean, though.
Shut the fuck up. Play the game the way it was intended to be played. It's fun for here and there. Then you have some people who merely won because of idols. Do you see them on this season? No.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got because I'm about to fall asleep.
So, yeah. Well, so I think that's everything for this episode. We'll see what happens next week. We'll have a lot to talk about with the swap and the dynamics of the tribes and stuff like that. But alrighty. Well, anything else before we dip on out?
Just a little life advice. If you're pushing 30, you know, for the rest of your life, put wet wipes in your glove box. Okay. You need them for anything.
What if you don't have a car like myself?
Put them in your backpack.
Okay.
Get you some.
In my camera bag.
Get you some little Pampers wet wipes. You can get the wet ones that are little packs you can put in there. I'm telling you. If you're using it for butt maintenance, like, you shit your pants, I'd get scented. Yeah, that's going to help.
Any particular scents that you would recommend?
No, but listen, this is a go bag. This is you shit your pants go bag, okay?
Yeah.
You need a freezer size Ziploc freezer bag. You need to put your wet wipes in it. You should
make this like a kit that's like sold online.
Fold a pair of underwear, put it in it, put your little wet wipes in there, put as much toilet paper in there as you can without making it bulky. Throw a rubber glove in there. I would put a glove in there.
Glove. Oh, I see.
Disposable rubber glove. I would do it. Maybe so. I don't know. It's a good. You shit yourself go bag. You're welcome. I'm telling you right now. You're gonna have one too many drinks one night, and you're gonna be at the club.
Have you watched The Pit?
Okay, I caught an episode of The Pit the other night on HBO, and it was like it was season 2, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. I didn't know it was hours, but it was this woman was dying, and she had like her kids, and this real big obese guy. And I was like, and I fell asleep. But I was like, okay, I guess I got to watch this now. Because listen, I grew up with ER. I can't unsee Noah Wiley as Dr. Carter. It's engraved in my brain.
Yeah. Timmy says the same exact thing.
It's so hard. I wonder how many times someone has accidentally called him Dr. Carter on the show.
Probably so many times. But there's like this one like old lady where they have to like something in her butt is like blocking things from coming out, so they have to like go up there and like
give her an enema,
manually like take it out, like scoop it out with your fingers and like unblock it. So that's why I was asking if you had watched The Pit, because I feel like that's kind of in the same vein.
I tell you what, I'm gonna start it tonight. Shitgate, because I'm all about. I'm gonna start it tonight. Very good. I will say this: I was giggling during this episode because their internet got shut down and they had to do everything old school, and like their charts, and they couldn't do things electronically. And I was just laughing because I was like, oh, well, Noah Wiley can just morph back into Dr. Carter from ER, and he knows all this shit. And then there's this one lady who has a photographic memory, and she just knows all the charts that were on the board.
But I know, that was a little ridiculous.
I was like, are you shitting me? But I don't know. I was getting worked up about it. And I was like, well, if a show can work me up 30 or 40 minutes in, and I've only seen one episode in the middle of season 2, I could probably do this. So I will start it, and we'll see. Okay, I still haven't finished Heated Rivalry. I haven't finished it. I still haven't watched the 3rd episode of Heated Rivalry.
Okay. We got to get on that soon.
Shit. So behind. All right, guys. Oh, hey, Mary Doodah. Well, thank you for joining us, honey. We love seeing you. We missed you. But listen, you missed the live show. That's okay. You can rewind. You be kind and rewind. I tell an extremely long shitting yourself story. So if you're not into it, skip the first 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Subscribe. We'll be back next Thursday.
Also, hey guys, real quick before we sign off, before we went live, we were talking about like, maybe it would help our numbers a little bit if we got some like comments and like likes and stuff like that. So I know I end every show by like doing your typical like and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. But like, hey guys, if you liked our show and you want to see us grow, like, please just leave us like a comment. Let us know who you think like will go next week. Any like predictions about like the rest of the season, how the tribe swaps will break down, any of that stuff. We love to like interact with our fans. That's why we have like our live chat going like while we're doing our episodes and stuff like that. So we want to hear from you guys genuinely. So let us know, leave reviews, all that stuff. Please.
We just want to get more in the algorithm. I could give a shit about views. Obviously, I've been doing this for 11 years. If it was all about the views, we wouldn't be here right now. We do this because we love it. I just want to see I want to get in more of the algorithm. I want to be scrolling and see us. Don't you? That'd be kind of fun. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's more things coming with this channel. So I'm putting together my true crime stuff, and I'm still looking for Nancy Guthrie. Haven't found her yet. I don't know, y'all. And I am obsessed with this American Idol dude who killed his wife. This guy from American Idol season 13. His name's Caleb something. I want you to look this American Idol murder on YouTube.
Okay. I think I saw a headline about this, but I haven't looked into it yet. So I will certainly look into that.
You and Tim to listen to this 911 call together. I am telling you, this is the best thing ever. This is the worst acting, and I know bad acting. Bad acting, I know it. This is the worst acting job I've ever. This guy is so bad. He so did it. I know he did it. I'm gonna say he did it. He's guilty.
Send me the link. I want to listen to it.
I'll find it. Oh, was it? I didn't know there was a from American. Yes, American Idol season 13. His name's Caleb with a K. Murdered his wife allegedly. We know
Caleb
better.
with a C. Caleb Flynn.
I'm sorry, Caleb Flynn. Why did I say it was a K? Caleb Flynn, minister in a church in Ohio. Go figure.
Shocker.
Here I gotta go defending Jesus again because of this creep. Had an affair with a younger woman. This is a whole spiral. Once you start going down this staircase, I'm gonna do. I'm telling you, Phelan and I are obsessed with this. It's so bad. His whole story. It's so bad. It's bad.
Send me the 911 call. I wanna hear that.
I'm not even gonna say Burke Ramsey did it, and I think he did everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know me.
But this guy,
this guy, oh my God, he so did it. Even the 911 caller is not buying this bullshit. He's like, "You're what? Where are you're not with your children, and there's supposedly somebody in your house who just randomly shot your wife, as you said, in the back of the head. How do you even know that?" Anyway, guys, look it up. It'll be fun. I'm gonna do a show on it later. But yes, I'll send you a link. It's so good.
Yeah. I'm like going down a rabbit hole now.
I can't find anything on Nancy Guthrie anymore, so now I got to go down this rabbit hole.
Just replace one with another.
Put a tail on Burke Ramsey. I've said it. Put a tail on Burke Ramsey. He could have done it. I've looked at the picture of that person on Nancy's Ring doorbell, and I've compared it to Burke. It could be him. He probably put on weight. Who knows? He got facial hair.
Behavior. Yeah.
Yes. Good night.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.